Today I'm making the walnut, banana and chocolate muffin. And here is the thing that we need to do first. We will first cook the chocolate center, which we will put it in the middle of the muffin. And because we are doing it first, because we need 1 hour to cool it down before we wrap it in the muffin paper. And secondly, we will boil the walnuts. Okay, these are the two preparation work that we need before we actually do our muffin paper. So come here. Now we will first melt the chocolate. For this portion, right, we will need 110 grams, around 4 ounces of chocolate. Here I have two mix here, dark chocolate with milk chocolate. Yeah, because I do not want it to be too bitter, I added some milk chocolate into the dark chocolate that I have. Yeah, and then you will also need to have double cream, which is about 80 ml for 4 ounces of chocolate, as well as 1 tablespoon of butter. I have prepared this already, so now my butter, as you can see here, is inside the heavy cream. And then we are supposed to add all these ingredients together with the chocolate mix. Yeah? And then slowly, right, we will use the double boil method to actually dissolve and melt our chocolate with the heavy cream. Because actually there is another method that I know of, which is to actually melt the heavy cream first and then let it off the fire and then throw in the chocolate to melt. Okay, and after melting all these ingredients together, right, we need to whisk it until it is properly mixed. Okay, so while it is still boiling here, let's move to the boiling water here where we want to prepare the walnut. For this, right, when the water is boiling, put in all the walnut. Okay, so this one we will actually boil the walnut for about 5 minutes. This walnut, right, I want it to be very crispy. So one way to do this is to put it on top of the muffin when we bake. So we are not going to put it inside. And why I'm boiling the walnut is because boiling the walnut for 5 minutes will allow the bitterness from the walnut skin to be taken away. So this is how we will prepare it. So we have to now count down on how long it is going to boil the walnut. And here, as you can see, the ingredient for the chocolate is dissolving now. Let me just cover this walnut up. Okay. Now as you can see, we are mixing all the ingredients for our chocolate ganache center in the muffin together. Okay, it's gonna be a very dark brown color because we actually use dark chocolate. Right? So this is how we do it. While our walnut is boiling, getting rid of the bitterness, we will prepare the I think it's slightly off the fire. And I can actually let it melt away. And it's already melt. Okay, so let it just cool for about 10 minutes, then we will start to whisk it. Okay, so now it's already 5 minutes ago. We off the boiling water for the walnut, and you see that now the walnut is already boiled for 5 minutes. It looks like that. We have to quickly rinse off the water away. So we drop our nuts here, and then we allow it to cool. Later we will sprinkle some cinnamon as well Okay, so the reason why I use a mixture of them is because actually the Ganache, right, 70% is about the taste of the chocolate that we want to use for our ganache. It's not so much about the percentage. That's why, but I do not want too many bitterness. I added some white chocolate. But the flavor for this is very flavorful for chocolate ganache. And then I use the Preheat butter as well as Nestle cream. Yeah. So this is what I use for my chocolate ganache. Right. So now let's come back to the chocolate here. So it's all cooked already. So we are going to, vigorously whisk it so that it's the consistency of the texture will come together. Okay, now take a look. Yeah, the consistency is there. See this? Yeah. So this is the consistency that we want to achieve for our ganache center. And one thing to note is that if you want very liquidish chocolate, the proportion of your fat, right, versus your cream has to be 1:1. The chocolate versus your cream. But if you want the texture, right, to be not so liquidish and then to be able to as a filling in a muffin or in your macaron or anything like that, you have to make it thicker by using the proportion of 2:1. Okay, and it's true for your fats as the chocolate. Okay, remember that. Yeah, so now we have to let the chocolate set for an hour before we actually put it in the baker. So we will count down and then now we will prepare the muffin batter. For the muffin batter, I'm using the muffin method, which is the folding method, instead of using a whisk. Because the muffin method, right, where you fold in the ingredient with higher percentage of chocolate fats, it will make it moist, okay, and then fluffy for the muffin. Yeah, it will not be so dense and cakey like what we have in cupcake. Actually, you see, right, I want to make the baking paper shapes of a circle so that I can line it on the muffin tray so that it's easier to come out when the muffin is there. So I actually, it's like the conventional method, right? I just use this shape of the muffin diameter at the base there. It comes in the set. When I buy it, this is actually the sticker cover that they place on the tray. So I just cut it out so that it resembles the shape. And then I just use a pencil and then I just draw and then I just cut it into this small one. And then I will fit inside. Okay, and then now, right, just before we do the batter, we will have this one, a bag of cinnamon sugar. So we will have 1 teaspoon of it, and then we will, sprinkle it all over. And then I think there's a big box. Sprinkle it all over the walnut so that it's properly coated. Yeah. So that later, right, we will have this smell of cinnamon and sweetness once it's baked. So I have actually cut the banana here. I'm also going to put in some cinnamon and sugar mixture. Yeah, and then what happened is that put some at the base as well, so the stir right come all the way through. Yeah, so I will put some at the base as well. So when I stir right, it will come all the way through. And then I'm going to mash it with a fork here. So you see, right, after cutting, right, you still need to mash it. If not, right, it will not come out well, the texture in the batter. So I actually mashed it, and then you will also actually mix the cinnamon sugar with the banana evenly. Okay, so you just smash it with the fork towards the edge of your bowl here. Yeah, until it's even. Then you change side. Those that you have lightly mashed one, you change side and bring the bottom one to the top and mash it. Yeah, until it's all mashed. Okay. Alright. So now I will also coat some oil at the side of this, the muffin hole, so that it will be non-stick. And take a look, I have this baking paper, circle square, that fits well into the muffin base. So this is to help the muffin come out easier later on. So now we will first do the batter. Over here. For the batter, we will first do the dry ingredient in this big bowl, mixing bowl here. Because the wet ingredient, we are going to fold into the dry ingredient. So the wet ingredient will use a smaller mixing bowl, right? And why we are doing this is we are going to use the muffin method, so that it will produce the moist and fluffy muffin. Okay, and here, I actually preheat the oven, and just to let you know, because we want it to be fluffy and moist, the first 5 minutes, we need to use 200 degrees Celsius, which is 212 degrees Celsius, which is about 4 to 5 Fahrenheit. And then we preheat it so that once we mix and put it in, it will start to be very hot and start baking process of the muffin. Okay, and make sure that you put at the top layer because that's the hottest. So later on, after 5 minutes baking at 4 to 5 Fahrenheit, we will reduce it to 375 Fahrenheit, which is about 175 degrees Celsius, for another 20 minutes. Okay. So without any further ado, we will actually start to weigh the dry ingredients and start to throw it in. Okay, firstly we need about 2 cups of all-purpose flour, which is this one, all-purpose flour, and that is about 260 grams. So we will have to measure it here. I'll use the bigger scope to actually scoop it in because I know that we need quite a lot of it. Okay. One scoop is about 50 grams, so I'll do like 260 will be about 5 scoops. Okay, so just now I have actually put in 250 measured, and then I put it into another tray here because I need to sieve the flour in to make sure that when air actually also goes into your flour, it will also help you to have very even and fluffy baked product later on. Yeah, so you will actually sieve this in. is half teaspoon. And also we will need just a pinch, half a teaspoon of sea salt. Yeah, and now we will do the wet ingredient. Okay, so now we will have to wet. Yeah, firstly we will need to use 2 large eggs, but because I have only small eggs, so I will use around 3. Actually, the actual number of eggs will add to very good eggs. They are omega 3 egg, but of course you can use any type of eggs. It's just a bit good. Okay, and then we will need about 240 gram of buttermilk. I have buttermilk here, and the reason why we use buttermilk is so that we can get very moist and brownie. It helps to make it moist, the baked product. So I need about 50 gram of butter. So here it is, 50 gram of butter. One scoop is about 40. Yeah. One scoop is 40 here. Yeah. So this is putting in the 60 ml of oil, now we will put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. It is exactly 1 teaspoon. Yeah, okay, so we are done with the wet ingredient. Okay, so now, right, we will actually whisk a bit of this wet dry ingredient first, the one that we have mixture here. We whisk it to mix it up first. Later, we have a small well here, so later we will put in the wet ingredient. Okay, so now, right, we will also whisk this wet ingredient. We will lightly whisk it. What lightly whisk it? Yeah, because we are not going to make it very mixed up. We will just mix it a little until it breaks down. Then we will actually pour it into the wet mixture and start to fold it together and mix them well. The side, right, there is still bits and pieces of butter. Okay, so you see, right, I just lightly whisk it, so it's now all mixed up already. But you see, there are still bits and pieces here. But as long as they are like gluey type, right, it's not like very hard, solid. So you can actually start already. Because we actually do not want to do this. And then now, right, we can actually pour this in to the wet ingredient. Okay. Okay, so we will actually fold in the use a folding in using a spatula. And just be very careful that we do not want to overmix also. As long as you see that the dry ingredient and the wet ingredient are mixed together and you do not see any more dry ingredient, then you can actually stop already. Yeah, so we actually fold it in. Yeah, and then we have actually scraped away all the top. Now I am scraping from the bottom. I will actually fold in. Notice that what I'm doing is just folding in. Yeah, folding in and go all the way to the bottom and folding in. Okay, all the way to the bottom and folding in. All the way to the bottom, folding in. All the way to the bottom, folding in. Okay? Yeah, all the way to the bottom, folding in. There's still some white flour here. So the dry ingredient, we make sure, yeah, it is all mixed. And here in the center as well. Okay, then it's considered almost done. There's still some here beside. Now we fold in. Now we make something like in a circle. We will fold it in like that. Okay, so I think we can stop already. Okay, so we have finished mixing our batter. So actually this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take a scoop of this using the scoop of this, right? Okay, and then I'm just going to fill up 1/4 of mix. Okay, and then I will scoop some banana here, and then I'll just drop it in. And then in the center, yeah, and then we will also add another scoop of the chocolate ganache in the center. Yeah, so yeah, this is. We finish up with another one more topping of the batter. Yeah, we'll make sure that it actually covers up the whole muffin base. If you want to have a like mushroom dome, you can actually fill it all the way up. Okay, that is how you do, because there is already baking powder. I think this one will also increase a bit of size. And then we will actually put in 3 walnut. Adjust it like that, so that you will actually bake on top. Okay, so this is our muffin for 1 portion, and then I'll repeat the same thing for the other 5 portions, and I'm going to do 12. There's enough later, and after that we can actually put it in the oven. Okay, so now I've finished up yeah, my batter is just enough for this muffin. I'm going to do another batch later. Yeah, so now I am going to put this in. I'll put it into the center because I have enough space all the way in, and then close it up. And we are going to bake for 5 minutes on 425 Fahrenheit, and then we are going to switch it down later. Yeah, so now we have taken the muffin out after baking it for another 80 minutes in 275 Fahrenheit, and then I'm putting in a toothpick here just to do a test, and you can see that it's dry, so it's done already.